Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. Today in the subject social studies for the grade 5 we are having the worksheet about the page 92 from your textbook. The page 92 which is of the worksheet which we are going to discuss today, that is unit 4, the African continent. In this unit, we have studied the 4 different lessons that you are well aware. The first lesson what we have studied, that is the Arab League. The second, that is where is Africa. The third lesson what we discussed, that is the African Horn. And the fourth lesson that we were discussing about the lesson 4, that is Algeria and Tunisia. So based on these 4 lessons from this unit 4, the African continent, we have the today's worksheet assignment, that is from the page 92. And let's see the page 92 what the homework assignment is there for the today's worksheet. So this is the worksheet from the page 92, and the questions from the worksheet, that is the first exercise question from this page is use the words in the box to fill in the blanks. So the table is given to you and these are the different words are given to you, and from these words you have to use the appropriate word in the sentences given below. So here the first, that the word that is given to you, that is African Horn. Second is about the Africa. The third word, that is Chiron. Then Algeria, cultural heritage, Arab League, Ethiopia, Djibouti and Tunisia. These are the different words are given to you to choose from these words and fill in the blanks in the sentences given below. Now here the first sentence which is given to you, that is 22 Arab countries are members of the organization known as the dash. 22 Arab countries were having the organization, and these 22 Arab countries are the members of the organization. The organization is known as what? That you are going to answer here from these words, from the words of these tables. So now the next is about one of the main responsibilities of the Arab League is to preserve the dash. That is, here you have to write the answer from again from the table which is given above. Now the next is about one of the African countries that tried to improve its political system is, you have to write the answer here, is what? Now here, land of the Babus refers to what is the dash. Many of the towns, the fifth question, that is many of the towns in the country of dash have mosques since the majority of its people are Muslims. So the name of the country that you have to write, many of the towns in the country of, what the country name that you have to write here, have mosques since the majority of its people are Muslims. The next is about all children under the age of 15 are required to join school in the country of dash. All the children under the age of 15 are required to join school in the country of dash. So here the name of the country that you have to write. And the next is about the first city of Islam in North Africa was called dash. The first city of Islam in the North Africa is called what? That you have to write the answer here. And the next is most of the population living in the African Horn is concentrated in the country of dash. Most of the population living in the African Horn is concentrated in the country of dash. The next is about the last question from this page, that is during the early beginnings dash was controlled by many European powers. So this is the worksheet that you are going to answer it from this page 92. So now let's have the answer one by one for this. questions. So here as I told you, you have to choose the correct word from the worksheet. So here 22 Arab countries are members of the organization known as the Arab League. This is the first statement, the lesson that we have seen, the Arab League, and in that we have already discussed about there were the countries which were known as the Arab countries, and they were the member of the organization known as Arab League. So the answer for this is Arab League. One of the main responsibilities of the Arab League is to preserve the cultural heritage. This is the answer for the second question. That is, one of the main responsibility of the Arab League is to preserve the cultural heritage. The next is about one of the African countries that tried to improve its political system is the country of Tunisia. So when we were discussing the lesson about the Algeria and Tunisia, in this lesson we have discussed that one of the African countries that tried to improve its political system is the country of Tunisia. The next is about land of the Berbers refers to what is the African Horn. The African Horn was previously known by the land of Berbers. So the answer for this is African Horn. The next is about many of the towns in the country of Djibouti have mosques since the majority of its people are Muslims. So this is the answer, that many of the towns in the country of Djibouti have mosques since the majority of its people are Muslim. The next is about all children under the age of 15 are required to join school in the country of Algeria. So this was the what you can say compulsory in the country of Algeria, that the children under the age of 15 years they have to join the school. So all children under the age of 15 are required to join school in the country. Is the name of country is Algeria. The next is about the first city of Islam. We have seen this in the African Horn, where we were talking about the first city of Islam. That is, the first city of Islam in North Africa was called Cairo. The first city is called Cairo. The next is most of the population living in the African Horn is concentrated in the country of Ethiopia. So most of the population in the African countries, so in the African Horn, is concentrated in the country of Ethiopia. And the next is about during the early beginnings, Africa was controlled by many European powers. So during the early beginnings, Africa is the country which was controlled by many European powers. The next is, this is about the question and the answers of this page 92. I will be back with the new video with the new question answers with the new lessons, and till then, thank you and goodbye.